So we're going to continue to where we ended here from the client part, and then we're going to the part of groups. In this part of groups is where maybe the more than one client may join and form a group where they may come to your either circles or microfinance to want to have the loan. So by that case, here as we is shown here in the list, here are the names of the already created group. It shows like this because this is the demonstration, so that's why you can see the lot of names here which are already created, the name of groups which are already created. And also here as it was to the part of the client where there is item per page, where you can select how many groups you want to be shown to each page, but also here to show closed in case there is group you want to close. It shows the groups which are already closed. So once you click this one, it will show you the groups already closed. And by this part is where when there is no the group which has already created, you can click here so as to create that group. As you can see here, it needs you to write the name of the group. Let's say it's name of the group is Ushirikiano, and the office, let's say it's head office. Let's submit this. May, even June 14. Here is the extended B in case you have one. You may select the staff. Let's use this one. I saw Bashita. We can, okay. So once you create a group already, as I told you, like it's a combination or the formation of more than one client. They can be 2, 3, 4, and go on, so that they can have a group. So once you want to add a client, you add clients to that group, you can just continue here. Here you add the clients, their number, their details, and all. But if you want first to save the group, you will submit it. Okay, and then if you want to activate it, you can activate your group. Let's activate it, let's say it's June 16th or 18th, 2021, then you can activate your group. So that's the group you have created. So in case you want to add the clients in that group, or there's a new member who wants to join in that group, you can just go to these parts. In this part of the manage members is where the client is already in the system, but he or she wants to be added in that group. So what you're going to manage members. You may search here for a member, let's say for the one whom we created from the first Nyoni. Here is Nyoni. Okay, you get tired. Yes. So like that. If there are more, you can just continue adding them. If you want to remove them, you just select, you cancel here and go on. Okay. So like that. As you can see, our client has been shown here. It's Nyoni. It means this client was already in the system, so there was no any need of creating a new one. If there is a new client who was not in the system, but you want to enter him in the system and then add him or her in the group, you come here in add them. After there, you come here. The office is the head office. You select staff. Let's see, the staff is the same Bashite, the first name. This is Hanifa. The last name here, the same Safiri. If that here is where they want to know if the person is a staff or not, Then the mobile number you put here, zero seven 62 54, 53. Okay. You fill the date of birth here. Select gender, this is female. Then you can decide the leave form. This can be either person or entity. Marital status, let's see, it's single. Employee status, let's see, self-employed. The other, this one, member classification, let's say is a private servant. If there is an external ID, you can just add it. The place of residence, let's see, is Dar es Salaam or Arusha. Number of dependents, let's say 1. You want to activate this member. The activation date, let's say it's will be dated September. It's September 6th. Submitted this date. If you want to open the saving account of this person, you just click here. Here, let's click here. You should be having mandatory saving, or if not mandatory, you can just say it's a saving account. If there is any family members that as it was at first in the part of the client. After there, you have to submit. Okay, so for that, you see, once you put the dates, which of course won't be matching, of course it will reject. So the activation, it shows that activation date in future. So the activation should be in future. So you can just edit that. Maybe, okay, let's put singing August, but maybe 21st. If the say rejects, let's submit this person. So for that part, you can say still rejecting, because once you're on the system, and then you fill a certain, you want to submit a certain form, but the date of activation, maybe you put the days which are in future, you're not yet, are not yet reached, it means it will reject. So you have to put the dates in which, of course, are in your timeline, that you're already there, or it was some few days back. So for this case, we can just, because there's a time you can both submit and activate the client. You can activate the client within the same date. So let's put it August 16, 2020, 2021, the same as here in submission date, to be the same in August 16. And let's submit the form. Okay, so you can just look and see that The group is there, and the person we have added there here is Hanifam Safiri. And then the other features, like if there's a new loan, new saving, charges, shares, here banking protection, you can just do it. Okay. So for that part, let's go to part of the center where, as I said, like in the part of the group is where the formation of more than one client who form the groups, and then for the center is where there is more than one group they form center in case maybe they want to have certain kind of loan. So here are the same features, and then here you can add, and be here this we say it's import center. This happens when you have the sheets in which of course have the group, have the list of the groups, so you just want to import them and add them in the part of the center. So instead of just creating each group in a certain center, you can just import them. This is applied also in part of the clients, where you have the list, maybe the Excel sheet of clients, and you just want to do the back importation, so you can just transform them. You put them direct by through importing them in the system from those maybe Excel sheets you may be having in your device. So for this part, as you see, these are the centers which you already created, the status and the office and the external ID available. So we're going to create the list of the center. We are going to name, let's say, call the center like let's call it, Manzese. Or Manzese Finance, you can call Manzese Finance. The head office, available in the head office. We can select the staff, cashier, we activate the activation date. If you have the external ID, you may put there, and let's submit on the same date. And the same here, if you want to select those groups to be in the center, you may just do it. But still, you can submit your form, and it will be shown like this. And here, if you want to manage groups, it means the groups which are already available, so you just want to add them in this center. So it shows you here like search for the group, it means like the group is already in the system. So let's use the previous group we created, which was the Shiriki. So for this part of a group, you can either search for a group which is already existing, but also you have another option where you can just go back here, and there's a part of adding a group in case a group which has not been entered in the system or not registered already. So you can just write the name of the group. Let's say it's Amka Vijana. The office should be the head office. The date of submission is 16th August. You can select staff. Select staff in case you want to select. You can activate and submit. So I'm capturing details as you see right here. In case you want to edit, or in case in this you can add more, you can add you can add the other clients who want to, clients or members want to be in that group. You can just add here, and then you can do other things which are needed. Let's say group saving application or loan application. In case you have to edit, you can just edit here. So that's for a short explanation on how the client management works. In case you have any question, you can contact our team as it is shown in the different social media platforms and also in our website, which is www.amala.co.tz, in case you have more question about that. But in short explanation, that's how for client management is working. Thank you for listening.